parking.
First take measures. Serenata.
Okay, someone suggests something. Looks like she's not going to give us the signal. What do we got?
Serenata?
We could do a little bit of Serenata. Oh, she just gave me the signal. Forget it. Alberta. Alberta, fanfare and processional. Alberta, fanfare and processional. Oh, Canada.
Particular things would you like to
Fanfare processional.
Whatsoever things are true. A promise made here at the University of Alberta over 100 years ago. Today we are gathered to celebrate this commitment to ourselves and to our community. We celebrate with all those who leave here today with their degrees. May you continue to seek truth. May you continue to serve in our global home. May you continue to grow in wisdom and understanding. And may you continue to uphold the university's values of integrity, freedom, and the equality and dignity of all persons, to create a community filled with promise for the future and goodwill toward all. Please be seated. Welcome to the University of Alberta. My name is Doug Stollery, and I have the privilege of serving as Chancellor of this university and conferring all of your degrees today. The University of Alberta acknowledges that we are located on Treaty 6 territory and respects the histories, languages, and cultures of First Nations, Métis, Inuit, and all First Peoples of Canada, whose presence continues to enrich our vibrant community. On behalf of our entire university community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this convocation. Graduates, we are very pleased that so many of your friends and family members could join us to celebrate your degrees. As you participate in today's ceremony, you are walking in the footsteps of many generations of scholars. Today's formal opening procession to the stage, led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Such guilds in past centuries were dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge. Individuals moved from apprentice to master to teacher, assuming increasing responsibilities for learning and leadership in society. The many different academic gowns, hoods, and caps here on stage today reflect centuries of university tradition. As Chancellor, I wear our University of Alberta colors of green and gold. The different colors of your own faculty hoods signify to everyone here and to our society the degree that you have earned. Your caps or Oxford-style mortarboards may be considered a symbol of the scholar's independence and freedom. And today we are here to celebrate your freedom and to recognize your new leadership roles in our community. We will hear from the Chair of our Board of Governors, a member of our Legislative Assembly, and from our University President. I'm sorry to announce that due to a last-minute and unavoidable scheduling conflict, Dr. Brian Cox is unable to be here today for the presentation of his honorary degree. Dr. Cox sends his regrets. We are, however, very pleased to have with us Dr. Margaret-Ann Armour, a former honorary degree recipient, to present the convocation address. One of our deans will present you on behalf of the faculties, and our president will guide you through your pledge to pursue the encouragement of learning and the public good. It will then be my great honor to admit you to your degrees and confer upon you all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities that come with being a university graduate. Then it will be your turn up here with us. Each of you will cross the stage as your name is called. For everyone here, that will be the most important moment of our ceremony. Your degree will be conferred as I congratulate you and we meet each other on stage. So a piece of advice, it is very important to pause and greet the Chancellor because that's the conferral of your degree. That moment will bind you and the University of Alberta together for all time. Joining the celebration at the center of the stage with me today is our President, Dr. David Turpin, and the Chair of our Board of Governors, Mr. Michael Fair. Distinguished guests on the convocation stage also include a number of community leaders and members of our Academy. I'm very pleased that deans and professors from our faculties of Graduate Studies and Research, Science, and the School of Public Health are here to congratulate each graduate as you cross the stage. We're all here to welcome you to our University of Alberta alumni family. I hope you enjoy the day. I'd like to start by inviting greetings from the Chair of our Board of Governors, Mr. Michael Fair.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. Douglas Stollery, President David Turpin, distinguished guests, friends, families, and graduates. I'm pleased to be here today on behalf of the Board of Governors to bring the board's greetings and congratulations. Today is a day of celebration when the entire university community, along with your family and friends, gathers to celebrate you, the graduate class of 2018. You have achieved a level of excellence that will be forever recognized in your university degree, a University of Alberta degree. Over the years, thousands like you in the class of 2018 have left the university to take their place in our ever-changing world in Edmonton, Alberta, and beyond. Along with the university's governors and administrative community, the Board of Governors is committed to excellence in the teaching and research that has supported you and the many who will follow in your footsteps. Collectively and cooperatively, you will be the generation that moves us forward in the arts, in the economy, in knowledge and discovery, and in pursuit of the public good. Your degree is not only a sign of your achievement at the University of Alberta, but it is also the fulfillment of the trust and promise of your family and friends that you are the kind of citizen who shares your knowledge, understanding, and thoughtfulness. An individual with skills that are the foundations of civil society, competent, giving, ethical, and engaged in the challenges and opportunities of today and tomorrow. Congratulations to you, your families, friends, and supporters. Be proud, savor your success, enjoy today, and we wish you the very best for the future. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Bob Turner, MLA for Edmonton Whitemud.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, Chancellor Stollery, Dr. Turpin, Mr. Fair, faculty, staff, graduates, families and friends, ladies and gentlemen. I want to reiterate what was said before, that it's a real honor and a privilege to be on the lands of Treaty 6 and the homelands of various First Nations. It's my pleasure to bring greetings from Premier Rachel Notley and the Minister of Advanced Education, the Honourable Marlon Schmidt, and thank you for inviting me to join you on this special occasion. I'm very proud to be a faculty member of this great university, the University of Alberta, and I'm particularly proud to be here today because I've had a long association with colleagues in public health as well as in the Faculty of Science. Congratulations to the class of 2018. Today you've reached a significant milestone in your life, and you join a long line of graduates whose achievements and contributions have lifted the University of Alberta and our province to new heights. Alberta, Canada, and the world continue to be shaped and impacted by University of Alberta graduates. These graduates are linked by a collective spirit and purpose to be a catalyst for positive change. I have every confidence that your education at the U of A will provide you with a strong foundation to build from and to build on. Putting into practice all that you've learned here will empower you to fulfill your potential, realize your dreams, and guide you to whatever challenges lie ahead. After the worst recession in a generation, Alberta's economy is recovering. With the economy looking up, now is the time to help more Albertans pursue the education they want. That's why our government is focused on making post-secondary education more accessible and affordable for Albertans. We're providing stable and predictable funding to post-secondary institutions in Alberta so that they can continue the great work that they do. We're investing $50 million over the next 5 years to create 3,000 new learning spaces, so more post-secondary students can get the education they need to get good jobs in the high-tech sector. In addition to this, we're investing $298 million in capital projects at post-secondary institutions and allocating almost $110 million to maintain post-secondary infrastructure so students have access to modern and innovative learning spaces. Our government's continued investment in students and post-secondary institutions will ensure Alberta's economic recovery is built to last. We all benefit from well-educated people contributing to our community, society, and economy. Now that you have a post-secondary credential, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Your future awaits, so remember to continue to believe in yourself, have the courage to take risks, and follow your heart. Congratulations to all of you again on your convocation.
It's now my pleasure to invite Dr. David Turpin, the President of the University of Alberta, to address convocation.
Eminent Chancellor, distinguished guests, members of the Academy, staff, family, friends, and especially you, our graduates. Congratulations and well done. Today we mark a significant milestone in your lives, the granting of a degree that took years of hard work and dedication. Moments like these are relatively rare in life, and I hope that you will enjoy today and take pride in all that you have accomplished. Convocation is the University of Alberta's most important ceremony, one that is shaped by tradition and symbolism. In this ceremony, we issue your degree and grant you your independence from the university, and welcome you into a lifelong worldwide community of more than 280,000 U of A alumni. Today, we both liberate you and remind you of the enduring connection you now have with the U of A. It's that tension between independence and community that I want to talk about today. A few years ago, we first welcomed you to the University of Alberta. Ours is a big, diverse, and at times fractious community. In fact, it would be more accurate to say the U of A is a collection of communities made up of many individuals, groups of people, disciplines, and perspectives that all coexist under one name, each with a corner of campus they can call their own. Yet, we are one community, one that builds bridges and creates communal spaces where we come together to debate our differences and to discover our commonalities. These bridges are both physical and metaphorical. Pedways that link law to fine arts, humanities to business, health sciences to education, and engineering to Ailes. Buses that link North Campus to Campus Saint-Jean. The LRT that links North Campus to Enterprise Square and South Campus. And highways 14 and 21 linking our Edmonton campuses to Augustana. But at our heart, we find places that belong to no one group, but instead to all of us at once. Libraries, cafeterias, sub, hub, athletic facilities, the quad. In these shared spaces, we come together with a common purpose. That is to pursue knowledge, generate original ideas, and to discover new truths. So fundamental is this mission to our community that the U of A's motto is Que Cum Cavera, or whatsoever things are true. Pursuing whatsoever things are true is a high ideal, but you and I know that the discovery and learning of new knowledge is a messy, sometimes rough endeavor. And although on one hand, the pursuit of knowledge is highly individualistic, on the other, new knowledge can only be tested and refined when you cross the metaphorical pedway and see what others think. Before we can arrive somewhere truly new, there's got to be argument and debate, controversy and failure. You can work very hard to solve the problem, prove your thesis, or make your case, but eventually you have to bring it into community. And there you may find that someone else has an idea or argument that challenges your own. I hope that during your years here, you have often been confronted with ideas that have troubled you, even shocked your sense of the true and the right, and maybe even infuriated you. It is in these moments that you have learned how to do the hard work of stepping outside of yourself to uncover your own biases and assumptions and examine how they affect your perspective on a problem. Sometimes, and this can be tough, you have had to admit that you were wrong, that the evidence doesn't support what you thought was true, and you need to change your position. At the same time, I also hope you've had the experience of knowing when you have developed an idea that is worth defending because you found the evidence and argument to do so. There's been a constant debate in society about the role of university education. Some people argue that the primary goal should be to prepare you for independence and for your own professional career success. Others contend the primary goal should be to prepare you for citizenship and service to your community. These diverging views of the university have been with us for at least 200 years. Still, universities endure, and university graduates continue to bring enormous value to their communities, both as individuals and as citizens. So how can you best serve your community? Paradoxically, by prizing and protecting your capacity to think for yourself and respecting and protecting the right of others to do the same. And how can universities best serve society? By prizing and protecting their autonomy and independence so that we can continue to give people like you the space and support you need to think independently without fear of external control or reprisal. To do otherwise would put a constraint on the imagination that would slow the speed of change and innovation, if not suppress it altogether. You, our students and graduates, would learn that conformity rather than creativity and innovation is the goal of learning and education. Instead, we need you to be independent thinkers. We need you to question conventional wisdom, challenge the status quo, and propose alternative futures. Why? Because major technological, economic, environmental, social, and cultural shifts lie ahead. Alberta, Canada, and the world need your leadership. We need your generation to shake us out of our complacency and sense of what's right. We need a new objectivity to move us forward. So be brave, be courageous, and take risks. Continually devote yourself to seeking and learning. Strive to create new ideas, and don't fear testing them and debating them within your community. We have confidence in you. We look back on what past generations of U of A alumni have accomplished, and we know that you, like them, will take on the challenge. You, too, will become the future thinkers, creators, and builders of vibrant, diverse, and prosperous communities. So thank you for all that you will do. Congratulations to each and every one of you, and we look forward with great anticipation to all your future success. Thank you and congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm very pleased to introduce past honorary degree recipient Dr. Margaret-Ann Armour as our convocation speaker this afternoon. A University of Alberta distinguished alumna, Dr. Armour is one of the leading members of our academic community and one of the leading ambassadors for science in our country. She is a recipient of a 3M National Teaching Fellowship, Canada's premier award for undergraduate teaching. Her warmth and sense of humor infuse every presentation and conversation, and not just the ones about chemistry. Dr. Armour has a remarkable passion for outreach, matched by an equally remarkable curiosity about the world in which we live. She is a recognized leader in raising awareness among school-aged girls, educators, parents, and employers of the importance of encouraging women to enter science, technology, engineering, and math. Her many legacies include a range of groundbreaking initiatives through WISEST, or Women in Scholarship, Engineering, Science, and Technology. She has continued this work in her role as Associate Dean Diversity with the Faculty of Science, and her Catalyst project is designed to increase the percentage of women in faculty positions. Twice named as one of the top 100 most powerful women in Canada by the Women's Executive Network, she is a recipient of the Order of Canada, the McNeill Medal, the Royal Society of Canada, and the Governor General's Award in commemoration of the Persons case. Dr. Armour is also a champion of public education. Just last year, Edmonton Public Schools opened a new kindergarten to grade 9 school in Ambleside in her name. A little later this month, Dr. Armour will be inducted into the City of Edmonton Hall of Fame. She is a wonderful reminder to all of us of the power of one individual to make a difference. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Margaret-Ann Armour.
Thank you so much. Eminent Chancellor, Mr. President, Chair of the Board of Governors, Member of the Legislative Assembly, honoured guests, faculty, graduates, family and friends. It's an unexpected honour and privilege for me to be addressing this convocation gathering today. Congratulations to those of you who are receiving your degrees. It's certainly an exciting day when you are reaping the benefit of all the learning you have done over the past several years. I will never forget my graduation from the University of Edinburgh. I was so excited that when we were called up onto the stage individually, I ran up the steps while all my fellow students walked up in a very dignified way. I'm going to share with you one of the major reasons why I have done what I've done in my career and in my life. And that is the people that I now think of as mentors, but I thought of as friends as I worked my way through my life. They are the reason why I am standing here talking with you today. And there's 5 of them that I've chosen that I'm going to share the gifts that they gave to me and the influence they had on me. And my hope is that you find people like that who become your mentors and your friends and your guides and your supporters. I don't know how one goes through life without them. And they also form part of communities, which again, I'm convinced, are hugely important to furthering careers, to broadening life, to allowing us to reach our dreams. Dr. Christina Miller was an analytical chemist who taught me at the University of Edinburgh. And there she is. I'm delighted that I'm able to show you some photographs. That was taken in 1920 when she graduated. And I was very lucky. The last year that she spent at Edinburgh, she taught me. She expected an awful lot of us. In fact, we used to say, doesn't she remember that we've got other courses as well? But she challenged us to do our very best. But we discovered that through her teaching, through her support, through her encouragement, we could meet the challenge. And I suspect, and I certainly hope, that all of you have had the experience of being challenged in your educational years and having had the excitement and satisfaction of discovering that you could meet the challenge. What I learned from Chrissy Miller, as we used to call her behind her back, but of course never to her face, was the more you expect of people, the more likely they are to live up to your expectations. And when I teach, I set high expectations. This last year, I taught the capstone course of the Peter Lougheed Leadership College. And when I read the evaluations from the students, one of them said, "You challenged me to my limit, but you enabled me to meet the challenge. Thank you." I smiled and hoped that Chrissy Miller was also smiling from somewhere, wherever she is now. Because for me, that was almost full circle. When I graduated from Edinburgh, I went to work in a paper mill. That's it. In a place called Pennycook, not too far from Edinburgh, well known as a paper-making town. My supervisor was Dr. Ronald Watson. We were in a research lab, a research and development lab, a very small one. There was only the two of us in research. And our job was to improve specialty coatings for paper. The one that I was working on was for paper in a thermofax machine. That is a very antiquated machine that made copies long before Xerox had anything to do with it. And you had to have specially coated paper. So whenever that was not necessary, thermofax disappeared. But it was Dr. Watson who taught me so much. Yes, I was a very green chemistry graduate, and I learned an awful lot about chemistry from him. But he was one of the kindest people I've ever met. He was thoughtful. Oh, he challenged me. But he, too, supported and mentored me. But perhaps the greatest gift he gave was as a listener. Have you got friends that you feel are really listening when you talk with them, either on the internet or face-to-face? That's very satisfying. And for me, at least, it leads to what can be a wonderful conversation. What I really learned, and it took me a wee while to learn this, I have to listen to people who have a different point of view from me if I want them to listen to my point of view. And I think I had a bad habit of turning off when somebody had such a different point of view that I didn't think I needed to listen. I've learned, and that has given me much learning, and I have benefited enormously from listening. Gordon Kaplan was the first Vice President Research at the University of Alberta. He went to a seminar on microprocessors way back in 1980, when microprocessors were just coming and being recognized as something that could really change things, especially in the lab. The room was packed, and there was one woman there. I'd love to know who she was. I've never been able to find out, because the next day, Gordon Kaplan called 20 of us, and I was lucky to be one of the 20, scientists, engineers, educators, people from government, and said, we are going to get together and we are going to increase the percentage of women in decision-making roles in the sciences, engineering, and sciences and engineering. WISEST was being formed. And to start with, it was a task force. That T was WISEST Task Force. Because we thought, well, we'll just do this, and then WISEST will disappear. Well, we were in a way trying to change a culture, and you certainly don't do that overnight. And so a few years later, we said, this task force is lasting a long time. Let's change the T to technology. And now we're a group that can continue. And WISEST celebrated its 36th anniversary last year, 35th anniversary last year, it's 36 now. and is still pursuing some of the programs which we know are very successful. The good thing about doing work over a long period of time, you can measure the effect of the programs, and we know that they're making a difference. So Gordon Kaplan gave the gift of wisest, but the other gift that he had was an amazing one. He could make us believe we could do this. Now, I said we were trying to change a culture. You really have to believe in that you can do it to continue and continue and continue, because it's slow going. In fact, for a long time, we were earthworms preparing the ground so that when the seed of change dropped, then the tree could grow. And it was always helpful to me to think, okay, you're still just being an earthworm, when I didn't see much difference. Perhaps one of the greatest gifts that Wisest gave me was meeting people. And the person who shared her philosophy and changed my life was Ursula Franklin. She was a professor of materials engineering at the University of Toronto. She died 2 years ago at the age of 94. She believed that we could do things differently. And I like to think that Wisest was a model of being able to do things differently. What do I mean? Ursula believed in collegiality rather than confrontation. Now just think of our world today. If we were all collegial and sat down and talked and tried to talk out our difficulties and come to a conclusion, wouldn't that be great? Instead of confronting one another, sometimes in militaristic ways. She believed in decision-making by consensus rather than by decree. And I think we all know that if you bring people along, if you talk to them about the decision you want to make, you bring them on board. And when you make a change, when you make a decision, they're willing to go along with you. Whereas if you make it up in a hierarchical way and then say this is how it's going to be, you can be quite surprised that people are not very ready to follow your lead. She believed in building relationships, in being respectful and inclusive of everyone, and of having compassion for people. Oh, how we need these things nowadays. And you know, as human beings, we can be like that. That's us evolving into what I believe we are able to be. She used to use a phrase, and when I first heard her talk about it, I wasn't sure what she meant. She said, do science as if people matter. What does that mean? Well, let me tell you a story. I love telling stories. Ursula came to Canada from Germany. Her mother was Jewish, and she was interred in a forced labor camp during the Second War. She then went back to Berlin, and she and her parents were reunited, so they survived the internment camps. And she ended up with a PhD in experimental physics from the Technical University of Berlin. Now, that was in the 1940s. That was pretty unusual for a woman to be in experimental physics. Then she came to Canada, and her first job was with the Ontario Research Foundation, now the National Research Council. And one of the early projects that she was asked to work on was to make a better copper alloy for the roof of the Houses of Parliament and for use in roofing in cities in Europe and in Canada. And she spent a year doing that and came up with an alloy, and it was tested, first of all, in Montreal. and it worked very well. It oxidized more slowly than the one that was presently being used, and so it lasted longer and didn't need to be replaced as often. And then the city of Birmingham in England heard about this alloy, and they said, we need that copper alloy. We've got outdoor uses for copper, and we'd like to try it. And they did. Within 3 months, that alloy was pockmarked. As Ursula tells it, it looked as if chickens had run all over it. And the Birmingham City Council came to the Ontario Research Foundation and said, we need a better alloy. And Ursula, so they went to Ursula. And think of this, this is a young woman being offered funding to do a research project which she was already familiar with. And she said, no, I'm not doing that. And I can only imagine what foundation people thought. They must have been extremely surprised. So he said, why not? And she said, the air that is eroding the copper alloy is the air that the children of Birmingham are breathing. It's not a better alloy that's needed. It's the air in Birmingham to be cleaned up. And the better alloy was never made, but the air in Birmingham was most certainly cleaned up. Doing science as if people matter. I have to share with you something very special that happened to me in January this year. I was a Canada 150 ambassador for the federal government last year, and in January they sent each of us a pin. And the pin is the stylized maple leaf that was used for the Canada 150 celebrations, and it's a cutout pin, cut-out maple leaf, but behind it is copper alloy from the roof of Parliament the last time it was changed. And I am convinced that the copper alloy is the one that Ursula made at the Research Council. And so you can imagine how very special this pin is for me. I couldn't believe it when I took it out of the box and read what it was. And the roof was changed about 5 years ago on Parliament. And so this is alloy from the previous roof. Ursula talked about education as a process that increases knowledge, but also transforms that knowledge into understanding. Your education at the University of Alberta has certainly done that. And as our understanding increases, that's when we have the tools to recognize the changes that we want to make in the world. The last person I want to talk about is my mother. She was very Scottish, and that meant that she was more likely to tell me that she expected more of me than to tell me how well I was doing. She had a school for children with learning disabilities. And she gave her life to the children in that school. It was her goal that when they finished at school, they would find a job, because she felt that gave them self-respect and independence. And she worked very hard with them. When I was in high school, I was facing an organic chemistry exam, and I wasn't very ready for it, and I was feeling sorry for myself. And I said to my mother, "You spend more time with your children at school than you do with me." And she said, "Yes, they need me more." Now you can imagine that was not very comforting to me, but we sat and talked. And she said, you can do it yourself. I'm there to support you and to encourage you in every way I can. But you can take responsibility for your own life. And then she said, I believe in you. And she enabled me to begin to believe in myself. The greatest gift anyone can give you. Every good wish for a fulfilling, challenging, and satisfying future. As you move through your life, may you look back with pride and gratitude on your years as a student at the University of Alberta. As you come to understand both the power and the responsibility it has given you to make choices in all areas of your life. You're at the start of your next adventure of life. And people who know me know that I believe that chemists have all the fun. Because I can illustrate what I'm saying with a chemical reaction. You are at the ready for the next adventure. And as you go along, there will be some times of difficulty when you have challenges and you have to take risks, and it's not so easy. But you have all the tools to overcome these challenges and be ready to go. And I give you my greatest wish to go and to meet your dreams. Thank you.
I was going to say that I hope that you agree with me that Dr. Margaret-Ann Armour is one of the great treasures of our university, but I don't need to say it because you've just demonstrated it. Thank you, Dr. Armour, for sharing your wonderful personal stories about the importance of mentorship and that amazing thing you did with the jar. I'm a lawyer, I don't know about these things, but it looked pretty good. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called across the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates in the community. I look forward to meeting you here on stage.
The candidates for degrees will please rise. And follow along on page 5 of the Convocation program. You have a spoken response, so please follow along. Eminent Chancellor and President, On behalf of the faculties, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourselves in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country?
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, to serve your community for the public good, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Jonathan Schaefer and Professor Debbie Burston, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Science and the Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Gila Zara Acedo. Andrews Ahiabo. Michael Akinwumi. Hanak Workaye Asfal. Himanshu Bothwell. Justin Francis Beckers. Angela Melina Belthaus. Oren Alberga Brown. Neil Edward Birch. Andreas Buttenschon. Yong Kao. Yannick Jimbu Fenang. Peter Gali. Wei Han. Nahid Hossan. Mohammed Amirul Islam. Mansura Khatun. Mandy Yvonne Cribbs. Kelly Catherine McPhee. Pitam Mitra. Amin Morteza Najarian. Fabini Orata. Petar Anatoliev Petrov. Eric Randall David Timmer. Menglian Wei. Osvaldo Zamora Vega.
Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Science, Musi Allah. Hayden Stephen Charles Barker. Shroban Biswas. Neil Campbell Borley. Marissa Castro Magnani. Sagar Alawar. Alain Daniel Gervais. Damayanti Ghosh. Shrimanti Ghosh. Cosette Gilmore. Amush Golostanyan. Ki Gong. Sina Jalali. Gurveer Kaur. Miriam Kaje Alijani. Mohammed Shoaib Khan. Ismail Kiran. Lauren Kapola. Jahwei Lee. Leo Lee. Matthew Lawrence Meehan. Mohammed Mujamel Yaqub. Marissa Parissa Mohebi. Sydney Rhoda Moore. Ashke Patal. Sarah Irene Rubottom. Federico Rueda Chaparro. Martin Schwangler. Rupit Shergill. Chaman Preet Singh. Sarabjit Singh. Reza Sobhanajad. Matthew Summers. Jaden Bernard Travnik. Iran Wang. Zhe Zhang. Zhichen Zhang. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Jonathan Schaefer, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Science. For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honors. Recipient of a Governor General's Silver Medal, the Right Honorable C.D. Howe Memorial Fellowship, and the Lieutenant Governor's Gold Medal, Frank David Wandler with First Class Honors.
David Wandler is one of 3 recipients of the Governor General's Silver Medal. The Governor General's Silver Medals are the University of Alberta's most prestigious academic awards and are donated by the Governor General of Canada. First presented in 1873 by the Earl of Dufferin, the medals recognize and encourage academic excellence across Canada. David has also been awarded this year's Right Honorable C.D. Howe Memorial Fellowship, our most prestigious Convocation undergraduate monetary award, funded by an endowment from the C.D. Howe Memorial Foundation. This fellowship is awarded to the undergraduate student who attains the highest overall standing throughout their degree program at the University of Alberta. In addition, David is this year's recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Gold Medal. This medal is awarded to the graduating student in an honors program in the Faculty of Science who has shown the highest distinction in scholarship. Throughout his education at the University of Alberta, David has shown an impressive commitment to academics, as exemplified with his 4.0 GPA. That's not bad. This led him to being accepted into the CERN program last summer. And upon graduation, David will pursue his PhD in physics at the University of Toronto, starting this fall. David, congratulations.
Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, with first-class honors, and a research certificate in science, Kathy Ya Ajamang. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Shah Harris Mahmoud Ahmad, with first-class honors. Michelle Hannah Allback, with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, with first-class honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Luam Ellen Araya. Dale Archer with first-class honors. Sydney Zoya Aubin with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Priya Aujiala. Daniel Martin Baker. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors and a research certificate in science, Chin Lorelai Kalbatera Bakran. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Jared Peter Oslin Barron with first-class honors. Nicolas Beausoleil. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Andrew Scott Christian Bernakevich with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and the Gold Medal in Chemistry, Dana Emily Bowe with first-class honors. Casey Alexander Buchanan with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Adam Frederick Caulfield. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Ray Chian Chi with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Zhaoro Chen with first-class honors. Yitang Chiang with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and the Karpinski Medal in Physiology, Jason Magnuson Ching with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Timothy Cho. Michael Maurice Joseph Cote with first-class honors. Clayton Blaine Kotu with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, as well as a Bachelor of Science with honors and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Melnard Ramos de Leon. Coleman Donald Dean with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, René Discipolo with first-class honors. Anran Du with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Sydney Kristen Yvette Dufresne with first-class honors. Recipient of a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Christian Brett Dijkstra. Quinlyn Jackson Cormac Eady. Yasmin Majed El Haj Abdallah with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as certificates in biomedical research and interdisciplinary leadership studies, Yasmin El-Lumi. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Jason Peter Fernandez with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors and a research certificate in science, Janae Amber Fox. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Lexis Renee Galarneau with first-class honors. Yunhai Gao. Elvira Andrena Garcia with first-class honors. Yoru Guo. Recipient of the Sunil Keith Jogdot Memorial Scholarship for Excellence in Science and a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Justin Patrick Haas with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Leah Magan Hammond with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in sustainability and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Sydney Maria Torre, Hampshire. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Zhuang Han with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Morgane Louise Held. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Samantha Ho with first-class honors. Mario Georgiev Ivanov with first-class honors. Zongren Jin. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as a research certificate in science, Maria Kachmar. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors and a certificate in biomedical research, Ryan Stanley Kitchuk. Receiving a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Rikjang Kim with first-class honors. Emily Elizabeth Rose Cron. Austin Michael Crook with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in computer game development, Brady Gerald Joseph Kuzma. Jeffrey Raymond Kwasny. Foon Lai with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Stephen David Langor with first-class honors. Recipient of the Apega Medal in Geology, as well as a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Adam Colin Lariviere with first-class honors. Cody Nicholas Lazowski with first-class honors. Guoja Li. Wei Chang Li with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Lane Joseph Little with first-class honors. Marcella Lee Louis. Carolina Elizabeth Lavato Facey. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Julia Chilam Lu. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a research certificate in science, Angela Celine Ma. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a research certificate in science, Rania Madi. Celine Marie McEachern. Carson Alexander McLean with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a certificate in computer game development, Daniel Joseph Dawson Mitchell. Shayla Rose Mosley. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Andre Padros with first-class honors. Savanpreet Kaur Pandar. Haojo Pang with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Noah Jackson Pardell with first-class honors. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Sally Park. Jaykumar Harshad Patel. Erica Lilian Putra with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Wenyu Xian with first-class honors. Parash Rahman with first-class honors. Recipient of a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a certificate in biomedical research, Nicholas Aaron Ramsandar. Recipient of a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a certificate in biomedical research, Kawidu Pumal Sulachana Ratnankaya Muriana Selage. Recipient of a Dean Silver Medal in Science, Abby Lauren Rentz with first-class honors. Manu Riaz with first-class honors. Richard Matthew Roberts with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Dalton John Ronan with first-class honors. Recipient of a Bachelor of Science with honors and a research certificate in science, Devin Christine Roram. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, as well as a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a research certificate in science, Bianca Maria Sacchi. Alicia Ellen Sanbo. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Riley Taylor Sangster with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Michaela Jane Schaffner with first-class honors. Rabial Shahid. Fengguan Shan. Christine Simar with first-class honors. Heywan San with first-class honors. Recipient of a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Graham Splinter. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as a research certificate in science, Jamie Caitlin Stark. Recipient of the Lewis S. Crosby Memorial Gold Medal in Physics and a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Connor James Stevens with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Irina Sriapunina with first-class honors. Michelle Ann Sullivan with first-class honors. Hossein Mohammed Syed. Monica Monir Takla with first-class honors. Avery Luther Kitan. Receiving a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, as well as a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a certificate in interdisciplinary leadership studies, Jack Tang. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a research certificate in science, Haley Marie Tedesco. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a research certificate in science, Vivian Tran. Gregory Thomas Vallee with first-class honors. Recipient of the John Ross McGregor Scholarship in Mathematical and Statistical Sciences and a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Yue Wang with first-class honors. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, and a research certificate in science, Ryan Douglas Wilkinson. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors and a certificate in biomedical research, Alan Yaramedi. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science and a Bachelor of Science with first-class honors, as well as a certificate in biomedical research, Sarah Renelli Zender. Recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Si-Ming Zhang. recipient of a Dean's Silver Medal in Science, Yongyang Zhao with first-class honors.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science with specialization, Toka Abu Jeb. Imtihan Ahmed. Omid Akbarzada. Tulawabori Moreneka Ajdagba. Who is receiving also her certificate in biomedical research. Stephen Morgan Alenius. Alana Victoria Alvarez Amado. Nicola Anich. Darren James Asleson with distinction. Sume Aydin. Sam Bao. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in computer game development, Nolan David Beck. Colton Arthur Gordon Beggart with distinction. Daniel Rudolph Belter. Brendan Wade Benson. Danica Faye Besavila. Allison Megan Burse. Kyle Vincent Edward Boutet. Jana May Bradshaw with distinction. Raylene Ann Brassard with distinction, who is also receiving her certificate of biomedical research today. Rachel Lynn Brett. Receiving his Bachelor of Science and a certificate in computer game development, Alexandra Johannes Brosda. Gary Aaron Bullock with distinction. Zonglin Tsai with distinction. Colton Dean Carlson. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in computer game development, Jaden Tan Chan. Joey Chan. Marco Chan with distinction. Rajul Chan. Solomon James Cheon Chan. Stephen Yue Luen Chan. Crystal Charlene Chand. Stephen Kaye Chang with distinction. Mengyang Chen. Panji Chen. Charmi Yihe Chung with distinction. Yupera Chauhan. Michael Christian Correleo with distinction. Hugh Daniel Edwin Craig. Sarah Keeley Darling. Fatima Daniela Daviluis Gallardo. Penelope Lennon David. Justin Daza. Supun Indraji de Silva. Receiving both a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Nicole Eileen Del Alba. Cole Jeffrey Dellier. Vidi Jigar Desai with distinction. Rylan Kenneth Victor Devert with distinction. Gabriel Cole Donnell with distinction. Morgan Maria Dobrowski with distinction. Kendra Dale Dodd with distinction. Receiving both a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Ashley Elizabeth Doiron. Yiting Dong. Mitchell Sylvain Doré with distinction. Receiving today the Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Sustainability, Brent William Dragon with distinction. Connor Colin Dunn. Michael George Dunsmore. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with Specialization and a Certificate in International Learning, Taryn Larissa Dick. Julia M. with distinction. Mackenzie Daniel Quinn Erickson with distinction. Jolene Fan. Yuan Feng. Karina Fensterer. Keith Allen Ferguson. Patricia May Yap Franny. Nicole Marie Freeman with distinction. Brett Hugh Garbett. Tyler Brendan Gasco. Tanya Gaujam. Xiaomeng Geng. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Rachel Nyambura Gitumbi with distinction. And with a terrific following. Stephanie Chris Retuya Gonzalez. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Emily Gail Grasdahl. Shinran Guan. Daniel Philip Haberstock. Gavin Hansen Edward Harbach. Jordan Russell Harvey. Dailun He with distinction. Richard Dan Kwa He.
Jimmy Ho.
Just?
Yeah. Thank you.
Jimmy Ho. Emily Mary Holden with distinction.
Rui Ho.
Rui Ho.
Yawen Hu.
Yawen Hu. Kristen Rachel Huntley with distinction. Sky Mackenzie Hindman. Kristen Louise Irwin. Sean Michael Jansen Van Beek. Recipient of the J.A. Jacobs Scholarship in Physics, Riley James Jefferson with distinction. Cassandra Tessa Jessam. Shuizhao Ji. Chen Jiang with distinction. Li Jiang. Recipient of the Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Stephen Yangnan Jiao. Caitlin Torrey Johnston. Spencer Philip Campbell. Belinda Deborah Ciela Kanku. Salina Diana Cherenko Karpov. Yvette Ka. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Biomedical Research, Prudence Gatwiri Kithinji. Kayla Ilsa Knoll. Stephanie Michelle Koshman. David Robert Henry Kotowitz with distinction. Nicholas Andrew Kozakevich. Seth Andrew Kratz with distinction. Amanda Renee Chrysler with distinction. Priyanshu Kumar. Marc-Olivier Alexandre Lajeunesse. Courtney Marcel Lam with distinction. Qing Lan. Takaki Landry. Austin Michael Lee. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a Certificate in Interdisciplinary Leadership Studies, Meng Li. Juan Ru Li with distinction. Zhangxi Li. Bowen Liu with distinction. Nicole Danielle Love with distinction. Wenhan Luo. Jun Ma. Lia Ma. Peter James McFarlane with distinction. Brianne Michelle Manel. Thomas Joseph Marriott. Chanel Martins. Tyler Ross McDonald. Alexander Cole McKenzie. Kaylee Nicole McClagan. Kathleen Joy McLean. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Biomedical Research, Emily Arden McNamara, with distinction. Yasmin Abdul Rahman Mohammed. Jonathan Neville Monfries, with distinction. Katie Mori. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Computer Game Development, Michael Christopher Morris. Rickus Rudolph Niemand. Christina Marie Newell. Hao-Yan Oh. Olivia Jean Palmer. Jaladi Jignesh Kumar Pandya, with distinction. Jipang. Sean Delaney Pasek. Chaural Niraj Patel. Receiving a Bachelor of Science and a certificate in Biomedical Research, Xian Peng, with distinction. Jessie Diane Perrin, with distinction. Jason Xie Feng. Spencer Dale Plant. Colin Matthew Poitras.
Ksenia Polyakova. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization with distinction and a certificate in biomedical research, Roxanne Ferrater Priala. Mingcheng Chu. Louise Therese Ramos. Matthew Brian Reeves, with distinction. Xiao Yu Ren. Daniela Marta Roth. Karine Rubenstein, with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization, as well as a research certificate in science, Beatriz Ann Rubio. Nicole Anna Salomon, with distinction. Kira Lee Sampley. Simrat Kaur Sanda, with distinction. Saruka Santhasekaran, with distinction. Aranje Prasad Sarma. Lauren Margaret Scantleberry. Andrew Paul Sheets. Chloe Christine Schneider with distinction. Benjamin Adam Scriber. Lane Addison Scobie. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization with distinction and a certificate in biomedical research, Sabrina Heather Sievers. Paige Teresa Marie Chalamet with distinction. Ke Chun Shen. Daniel Suchoi Shin. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a certificate in sustainability, Sheridan Herb Sigstad. Tyler Steves Glencow with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a research certificate in science, Jessica Skursky. Wei Song. Marley-Ann Soroka with distinction. Laura Rose Southwell. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a research certificate in science, Cassandra Jean Starkle. Kyla Danielle Steiner. Xingyue Su. Juan Leonardo Terran with distinction. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a certificate in computer game development, William Thuang. Melissa Elsie Mae Thompson. Zachary Marcel Jeff Teese. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a certificate in computer game development, Dennis Strong. Camille Miko Sigua Tuzan. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a certificate in biomedical research, Parker James Vanderswan. Claudine K. Villaluna Villaflor with distinction. Jordan Nelson Vogel. Raymond Tori Vuong. Davis Andrew Vida. Jiawan Wang. Mercy Abebe Walmeriam. Siming Wang. Ting Wang with distinction. Sirin Wang. Yifan Wang. Mandy Wen. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a research certificate in science, Stephanie Amber Whitebone with distinction. Jessica Marie Wickware. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization and a research certificate in science, Cassandra Maureen Wilkinson with distinction. Agnes Wong. Caitlin Pauline Wonsiak. Wonye Shu. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization with distinction and a certificate in biomedical research, Xinyu Shu. Xuan Yang. Jiashang Yang. Junhao Yang. Yusin Ye. Recipient of the John Ross McGregor Gold Medal in Mathematical and Statistical Sciences, Zhaoxin Ye with distinction. James Jiajun Yang. Receiving a Bachelor of Science with specialization with distinction and a certificate in biomedical research, Jihi Yu. Kunlin Yu. Jashuan Yu. Andriani Unita. Alyssa Emily Vina Zanin with distinction. Jessica Zerb. Zhou Zhang. David Longyuan Zhang. Di Zhang. Nianzhe Zhang. Shi Zhang with distinction. Yaqi Zhang with distinction. Hanwen Zhang. Chanlang Zheng. Xinyue Zhou. Yipeng Zhou. Xinyao Zhu. Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Kay Young and Professor Debbie Burston, I present the following graduates for degrees in the School of Public Health and Faculty of Graduate Studies and Research for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Robin Saibun Lau. Emmanuel Andona Pila. Ruth Marjorie Jimena Ramos Salas. Jesus Arturo Sorano Lomelin. Datien Tran. Jian Wang. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Science, Enid Bukambu. Shole Raman. Olexa Gregory Riwa. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Master of Public Health, Ima Anthony Anugam. Janine Nicole Alenko. Caitlin Cynthia Killingsworth. Linnea Ann Knight. Andrea Megan Lamb. Kevin Lean. Kirill Lisowski. Duncan Michael McGuire. Victoria Diane Radford. Ravneet Kaur Sandhu. Marie Soraneo. Ayla Waymun So. Christina Luisa Velasco. Wesley Wong. Natasha Lynn Wilson. Vanessa Catherine Wolin. Jared Chinchu Young. Samantha Marie Zaffino. Michael Zachary.
Well, graduates, you made it. You are now officially on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming and congratulating the class of 2018. And now, graduates, it's your turn. I'm going to invite you to stand up and turn around and get everyone's attention. Let's give the people who have supported you through all of this, your parents and siblings, your grandparents, your spouses and children, a huge round of applause. Stand up and let them know. Today is truly a proud moment for them and for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,713 students at convocation ceremonies over these 2 weeks. Now that we've got you all back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before you are formally welcomed into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, I invite you to watch the screens for the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in 2008 in honor of the U of A centenary. It captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university and hopefully sparks your own memories of your time here. The song is also a display of many U of A talents. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. Franz Lavassier-Ouimet and arranged by U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan. The recording is performed by Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnan. Please enjoy.
Thank you. Eminent Chancellor, thank you. To the 2018 graduating class, congratulations and welcome. My name is Salima Thaur, and I graduated from the University of Alberta School of Public Health in 2013, and it is my honor to congratulate you on becoming a University of Alberta alumnus and to officially welcome you into our alumni family. You are joining a proud and inspired group of graduates, committed to each other's success and committed to building the University of Alberta into one of the world's great universities for the public good. I call upon you to stay connected with each other, with other alumni, and with your university throughout your lifetime. We will be there for you, for each other, and for our university. I also call upon you to go out from this place and be inspired by the promise and challenge of our alumni to do great things. Our alumni have done many great things in the past. Now it is your turn. Great things are actions big and small. They can take place anywhere, anytime. They support other alumni, the university, and our society. And they come from using the knowledge and talents you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors. And now, please turn your attention to the screen.
No matter what your story, where you came from, what it took to get here, at this place, you were welcomed. You became part of our family. At this place, you inherited a spirit of innovation, of action, of coming together to uplift the whole people. Our school and our spirit have grown, but we still learn, innovate, lead, solve problems, take action. We raise up our communities, and we help others succeed. We are University of Alberta alumni, and for more than a century, we have come together and carved a new trail for those who follow. Together, we are stronger. Together, we shine brighter. Together, from this place into the world. Together, we have and we will do great things.
In closing, I would like to offer a few words of thanks. Firstly, to Dr. Margaret-Ann Armour. Thank you for sharing your story and your wisdom with our university family. I also wish to thank our talented vocalist, Ms. Kaylee Henbest, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. And I wish to acknowledge the hard work of the staff of the Office of the Registrar for their organization of today's Convocation. I'm pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and the first balcony lobbies for refreshments and conversation. Finally, to our graduates, congratulations for all that you have accomplished leading up to the conferral of your degree. Today is an important milestone in a journey of lifelong learning. Your education here will open new horizons for you and for our entire community. Wherever your dreams may take you, I invite you to remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. One final thought. As you contemplate your future, I encourage you to remember that of all the things that you may do, of all the successes you may achieve, nothing is more important than the kindness you show to others. Congratulations.
cheers for the flag.